What happens when two of boxing's biggest stars cross paths in the most unexpected place? At LAX Airport, the chaos of travel turned into a full-blown spectacle when Gervonta "Tank" Davis let his emotions take over and threw a punch at Terence "Bud" Crawford. What started as an ordinary day in one of the world's busiest airports quickly turned into the most talked-about moment in boxing, as two champions brought their rivalry to a boiling point outside the ring. It's no secret that Gervonta Davis and Terence Crawford have been circling each other in the boxing world, not as potential opponents in the ring, but as two titans of the sport with a rivalry fueled by ego and pride. Tank, the hard-hitting lightweight champ, and Crawford, the undisputed welterweight king, have traded subtle jabs online, but no one expected things to escalate the way they did. The drama kicked off in the departure lounge of LAX. Witnesses say the tension was palpable from the moment Crawford and Tank ended up in the same area. Both men were reportedly heading to different events, Tank to promote an upcoming fight, and Crawford to finalize a major endorsement deal. The clash, however, became the main event. This wasn't just a random airport scuffle. Tank and Crawford have a history of throwing shade at each other. It's safe to say the bad blood between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Terence "Bud" Crawford has officially boiled over, and it all started at the Ring Magazine Gala. Tank's absence from the guest list wasn't just a casual oversight. It was the match that lit the fuse. Crawford, never one to shy away from stirring the pot, used the moment to call out Tank in a sly but stinging way that had everyone talking. The dig didn't go unnoticed, and Tank, known for his fiery personality, wasted no time clapping back online. The back and forth reignited their simmering rivalry, taking their beef to new heights and setting the stage for what would unfold at LAX. This wasn't just a spat. It was a showdown waiting to happen. Their rivalry isn't limited to words. Their heated altercation at the airport has taken the internet by storm. Eyewitnesses at the scene described a heated moment that escalated out of nowhere. It started with what appeared to be a confrontational stare-down. Both men stood their ground, neither willing to back down. But things turned physical when Tank, visibly fired up, swung at Crawford. The punch reportedly landed on Crawford's shoulder, but it was enough to send shockwaves through the terminal. The scuffle didn't last long as airport security intervened, pulling the two fighters apart before things could escalate further. Crawford, for his part, appeared to remain composed, though sources say he was clearly irritated by the encounter. Let's rewind. This all started when Tank, in his usual confident style, once claimed that if he moved up in weight, he could easily beat Crawford. For a fighter like Bud, who's dominated multiple weight classes and claimed the undisputed title at 147 pounds. That statement was downright disrespectful.
47, how does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look? 147? I kept that trend. You know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know he
ain't
is.
got no chance.
I already know he is.
You said no chance.
I got round 5.
I got round 6.
Bud fired back, questioning Tank's level of competition and calling out the quality of his resume.
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
No, ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
Not even entertaining a catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And, what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
All right.
I'll welcome him.
At the gala, Crawford's sly jab about Tank's no-show was a subtle flex, hinting he sees himself way above Tank. Tank clapped back, hyping up his star power and bank account. But Crawford wasn't about to let him steal the spotlight. This beef couldn't have sparked at a wilder time. Tank just announced he's retiring after 2025, leaving him only 2 years to lock in his legacy.
25 is after next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight. You're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
With a fighter of Tank's level, fans are craving big matchups to cap off his career. A showdown with Crawford would be the ultimate finale, an epic clash between two generational greats.
Why you retiring?
What changed? What made this shit trash, garbage? If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when we saw you when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like, talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby? Usually they're around to.
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know. Like say you got to swap today. Okay.
But while Tank seems eager to make the fight happen, Crawford isn't quite sold. And he's got his reasons.
Tank gave a little prediction on the fight, talked about Errol has a metal shield and you have a glass shield, talked about the punch resistance. What do you think it takes to assessment? Could he get it in the future? I mean, you came up from 35, right?
He fighting no real guys at 47.
Everyone's talking about Errol fighting the winner of Canelo and Jamel. Could you ever do that? That's too much weight.
What? 168?
Yeah.
So you got Canelo winning then, right? Then
If he fighting at 168.
Bud's got nothing left to prove. He's already an undisputed champ in 2 weight classes and is hailed as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters alive. But hey, Crawford didn't say no either. He'll take the fight if Tank is willing to jump up to his weight class.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him to come and touch it.
Wow. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh man.
You're gonna have a pre-camp.
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
Before any talk of Crawford, Tank's got to handle business with his next opponent, Lamont Roach.
And I promise you, you better leave them home. You better leave the females home. On my mother, you better leave the females home and the kids. On my mother.
Yeah,
now watch this.
They gonna
now
be
watch.
There. They gonna be
now
there.
watch. Now watch.
What's different from 10 minutes ago when you said that?
You know how when they told you say how like I posed for Lomachenko, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like how he said like he was retired and things like that. I feel as though like we've been in it so long that we are getting tired of it. Like we've been beating our body up so long, but it be like situations like just now, like where he talking that spark the plug again.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Is that all it takes for you? Is that all it takes? Just a little comment?
Nah, but that's what I want though. I don't want you to fight me like you saying you're going out.
It always go like this. It always go like this.
Nah, what I'm saying, you just said you feel like you going out.
They go to sleep.
I don't want you to feel like you going out.
Roach is a solid fighter with legit skills. But let's be real, this isn't the kind of fight fans were expecting.
Why was it so easy when he fought Frank Martin? Frank Martin was inexperienced and nervous. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be a different fighter when he's fighting me. What's he going to do? Whoop his ass. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off.
Tank's a global superstar, one of boxing's biggest names. He's got knockout power, sells out arenas, and knows how to make a statement. Lamont Roach, though, is a talented but under-the-radar fighter. For Tank, this feels like a tune-up, just a fight to stay busy while he sets up his next big move. Fans aren't exactly hyped about this matchup, and it's understandable. If this is one of Tank's last years in the game, they want to see him in legacy-defining battles against top-tier opponents.
I don't know Lamont Roach, but you know, when you're looking at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at these other fighters that he should really be fighting, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
So don't come but don't come at me and go, oh yeah, let's give it all, Barry Big Bollocks, and go, oh yeah, let's give him some stick, and then make out like we want the fight. And then we send an offer over, and then you fight for 15 million, and yet you fight Lamont Roach. Don't do all that. Do you know what I mean?
It was a real offer. That was true then.
It was a real offer. We offered. I said, listen, you keep talking shit. My promoter's going to get back to you in 48 hours. 50 minutes. Initial offer sent over. But was it Unquell didn't let him out to play? His boss didn't let him out. That's it. So he wants to talk about, 50 million. First offer.
There was room to negotiate.
Of course there was. But he's an idiot. I don't even know if he knows what negotiating means.
Let's get to the fight everyone really wants to see. Gervonta Davis versus Terence Crawford. This isn't just a fight, it's an event. Think about the build-up, the pressers, the face-offs. Tank's explosive power against Crawford's technical brilliance. That's the kind of fight that sells out stadiums and breaks pay-per-view records.
Gotta ask your thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds. You think he was playing, trolling, what? Selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's
he said it
audio.
on
video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass whipping too. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're the best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Here's the twist. Crawford's not saying yes to the fight yet. He's put down a condition. If Tank wants a shot at him, he first has to take on Keyshawn Davis, one of the brightest young stars in boxing. The tension between Gervonta and Keyshawn's been building for months. It all started when Keyshawn went on social media, calling Tank out for cherry-picking opponents. Tank, for the most part, ignored the chatter, at least publicly. But behind the scenes, it was obvious he wasn't feeling the disrespect. Keyshawn is young, hungry, and insanely skilled. He's got the tools to possibly hand Tank his first loss.
Is Keyshawn ready based on this performance to take on Tank Davis, and how does that fight play
I feel like Keyshawn is ready to take on a guy like Tank. I think that Keyshawn is one of the most skillful fighters in the sport of boxing. I always told Keyshawn since a young kid he can fight. I just don't like the simple fact that he's running on media and not keeping a buck, saying that he was beating me up and Shakur had to like round me up to spar him, because this make no sense. Shakur is a better boxer than Keyshawn, and if I'm in there doing millions of rounds with Shakur, what makes you think that Shakur has to hype me up to spar Keyshawn? But it is what it is. He got to hype himself up. He got to build himself. I don't really try to pay too much mind to that, but like I said, Keyshawn is a great fighter. I always thought Keyshawn was a great fighter.
Most pros are siding with Keyshawn on this one, and that speaks volumes about the guy.
What was your thoughts on that type of performance as a rising star in boxing?
Where you at, Tank? Where you at? Where you at, Tank? That's what was my thoughts. I mean, the call out too after the performance. Come on, man. Look, man, Keyshawn showed. Look, this is what I've been waiting on from Keyshawn, man. Keyshawn has been kind of hot and cold. He finally put it together, man. He got his mental right. His team is right. His skill is on fire, on point, man. And he did it under these circumstances and this pressure behind this crowd. Man, that dude is a star, bro. Seriously, man. All that weight on his back, bro. He put it down. He was even dealing with his brothers, man. His brothers, his sisters singing the national anthem. It was a family affair, bro.
He said his sister had a car crash too prior to today too.
Fire, man. Newborn child as well, man. And he was able to manage all of this, man.
Let's be real. One bad night in the ring could erase everything Tank's worked for, especially with retirement looming. Facing a dangerous fighter like Keyshawn this late in his career isn't just another fight. It's a high-stakes gamble that could ruin his near-perfect legacy. He's got speed, power, and a style that could give Tank problems. He could potentially be Tank's toughest opponent.
Davis Keyshawn, this new guy, he's 140 pounds. He's not bad.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Davis. That's him right there, isn't it?
Ooh, and I thought he was.
Ooh, there you go right here.
Oh, yeah.
He's a young guy.
Nice combination.
He's quick.
Good. Yeah. Ooh.
He's a harder puncher.
And oof.
This fight is going to be huge for sure. Way bigger than Tank versus Roach. And if Tank gets past Keyshawn, then we're going to be looking at the fight of the decade with Tank and Crawford. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.